Let us now look at other ways of phrasing a question on equation of circle. Now, if we turn to page 110, the first question on the page, question 4. A diameter of a circle has endpoints A 2, -1 and B 4, 3. Find the equation of the circle. Now, there are a few keywords over there. The first keyword you need to have and see is that there is a diameter of a circle. So remember, a diameter basically is double the radius, or vice versa, a radius is half a diameter. Therefore, if it is a diameter, you will then expect the diameter to actually pass through the center of the circle. So with that in mind, and you know the diameter on the Cartesian coordinate has a A with this coordinate and B with this coordinate. If this is a diameter, therefore the midpoint is actually the center of the circle. All right, so to find the equation of the circle, we need center. The other one that we need is the length of the radius. Well, if I actually know the center of the circle, then it's not a problem to find the length of the radius. So let's do our calculation then. Now, if I have a diameter, that's the one, I know that the midpoint, oops, let me change this up. Purple's a little bit tough to read, though it's my favorite color. Right? Now, the midpoint of AB, right? The midpoint of AB will tell you will actually tell you the center of circle. So if I look through this, midpoint of AB is as good as 2 plus 4 divided by 2, -1 plus 3 divided by 2. Therefore, this is 6 divided by 2 is 3. This is 2 divided by 2 is 1. So we now know that the center of circle is 3, 1. Knowing the center of circle, knowing two different points on the circumference, let's choose one to just find the length. Okay, I will choose the positive one so as to avoid any sign issues. Length of the radius, so I have x plus 4 square. No, x minus 4 square, sorry. X, in this case, x minus 4 square plus 1 minus 3 square. Alright, so if you actually do your calculation, the length for this is actually square root 5. So I know equation of circle, alright, can be written as x minus 3 square plus 1 y minus 1 square equals to the radius squared, which is essentially x minus 3 square plus y minus 1 square equals to 5. Not tough, yeah? It is recognizing that keyword there, diameter, and what it means. Let's move on to the next question. All right, find the equation of a circle with center 1, -3 and passes through the origin. What does it mean? Passes through the origin and then you have a center 1, -3. Let's sketch the diagram out. Well, in the equation of circles, I would strongly recommend you to sketch the diagram out so that you can actually see it for yourself visually. So I know I have a circle. All right, I know I have a circle. The circle has center. This one will be 1, -3. So if I draw my Cartesian coordinates, if I draw in my axis, it could be something like this. All right, this is -3. This is 1. All right, this point here. Okay, so if I have these are my x, this is my y, I will then know that my circle passes through the origin, meaning my one point on the circle is over here. All right, and this point here is actually 0, 0. Now, having said that, it simply means that you actually have a radius, right? Isn't it? You have a center, the circumference sits or passes through 0, 0. So you actually have a 0, 0 here. So with this, you can actually find the radius of the circle. All right, so for this question, let's find, since I already have the center, to form equation of circle, I need center and I need radius. So I have center already. Let's find the length of the radius. So in this case, length of radius, therefore, is as good as 1 minus 0 square plus negative 3 minus 0 square. And that will give me square root 10. All right, that will give me square root 10. So if I were to write out the equation of this circle specifically, it is x minus 1 square, because that's the center of circle. Please watch the sign. Plus y minus negative 3, so that's y plus 3 square, equals to square root 10 square, which means it is as good as x minus 1 square plus y plus 3 square equals to 10. I think with the diagram, it makes things quite easy for you to visualize. Let's move on to the last question in this section. Find the equation of circle. Again, find equation of circle. To find equation of circle, the moment you see equation of circle, you need to have the center, you need to have the radius length. All right. Find the equation of circle which touches the x-axis. This time around it says touches the x-axis. All right, that's a special property that you already need to know and should know. Touch. We learned this earlier in the discriminant chapter. All right, when something touches, we know that it is tangential. So we are saying that this circle is tangent to the x-axis and the center is negative 3, 5. Let me draw it to visualize it. Now, if I have a circle again, center given to me, this is negative 3, 5. The center chord is known as C in this case. All right, if this is my center, I will then know that I have this one that touches my x-axis. All right, this point here is negative 3, so possibility is that this. All right, if I were to draw, this is 5. If I were to draw, this is negative 3 in order for that center to happen. All right, for the center to happen at negative 3, 5, we also know that the circle touches the x-axis, meaning it is tangential. So if I were to put in this property here, I will know that the circle, the radius, is actually tangent to the x-axis. When it is tangent to the x-axis, therefore, you're also telling your people that this is 5 units tall or 5 units in length. Not just 5 units. Notice this is center. This is the x-axis. You're telling me that the radius is actually 5 units. Okay, so therefore, for this question like this, equation of circle is as good as x minus negative 3 square, all right, plus y minus 5 square equals to 5 square, the length of the circle. So you should give your answer in this manner. So you see with the visuals, you can easily actually find out the equations or read off the equations at times. So do have and start the habit of sketching. When you sketch, be very careful of the coordinates, be very careful of terms like touching or lying on the circumference or passing through the origin and diameter, so on and so forth, and sketch the coordinates, the axis correctly, accurately. All right, so much for this section. Let's move on to the next video.